Now, Remembrance Sunday will feel very different this year, but for two World War II veterans, Douglas Newham, it will be a very special occasion.
After losing his friend in battle 74 years ago, 96-year-old Douglas has finally had the chance to pay tribute to his fallen comrade after tracking down his memorial in Cumbria. Anson Freeman has been to meet him.
We were good friends. We had a similar serious outlook to the job that we were doing. He was a genuine nice guy. I remember the last few words I had with Bill when we were both going off, and we climbed aboard our respective aircraft and said, "See you over the DZ, over the dropping zone."
In 1946, the Second World War was over, but Douglas Newham and his friend Bill Gawley remained in active service with the RAF in Burma, dropping supplies of rice to remote villages facing starvation.
We flew without the door, piled the sacks of rice up in the doorway, and would fly over these villages very, very low, and I mean 10 to 20 feet above the trees, and then topple the sacks out.
The drops were dangerous in difficult to negotiate landscape, and after one of them, only Douglas's plane and team returned.
We had lost 3 aircraft out of 4, and there were 15 crew members who had been killed, one of whom was this pal of mine.
Douglas and Bill's friendship was forged during World War II. The skilled RAF navigators had survived numerous dangerous missions over Europe as part of Bomber Command, unlike so many of their friends.
Sadly, I have to say there are hundreds of my mates, most of whom in the Bomber Command days we would lose them in multiples of 7, because there were 7 in every. And in my darker moments now, I still remember kind of coming back dead tired from perhaps a 10-hour trip, cold, tired, and maybe 1 or 2 aircraft were still missing, and you'd hope that, well, maybe they've landed somewhere for fuel or they've got battle damage or somewhere, and they'll be along later, and of course then they wouldn't come.
But Douglas never forgot Bill, and later in life, when he moved from London to Bill's home county of Cumbria, he had more questions about his friend.
I still didn't know whether his name was on any war memorial. I'd say the war was over, so would some official decide somewhere that his name shouldn't go on a war memorial? On Remembrance Day we always say we will remember them, and I was concerned, well, did we remember them enough?
So he enlisted the help of BBC Radio Cumbria to find out if Bill's name had been added to a memorial in the county, and to Douglas's delight it was, giving him the chance to pay his respects to his friend once more. We've just got something that we'd like to show you as well, just a little message for you. And before he went to the spot where his friend's name was inscribed, we showed him a message from Bill's nephew.
I'm so glad to be able to speak to you regarding my Uncle William, who was your great friend at the end of the Second World War, and thank you on behalf of his family and friends for commemorating his life.
How nice. Thank you.
Just a short drive from Douglas's home, the moment he'd waited for decades finally came. How was that?
Pretty good. Yeah, he's a good friend. And this kind of thing's going all across the country.
It's your birthday next week, you're going to be 99. When you look back on what could have happened, how do you feel?
Humble. Privileged, yeah. and if I might say so, bloody lucky. You can cut that bit out.
I think Douglas can say whatever he likes, to be completely fair.
It's so nice to see him smiling at the end of that
Yeah.
piece. And that word, Douglas used the word humble, it happens so often.
Yes.
When we talk to veterans, so often that theme comes up, doesn't it?
Well, you call them heroes and, you know, you thank them for what they've done for this country, and they just did nothing. We're not heroes. Lovely to hear Douglas's story.